Hey everyone. I got a real eye-opening email this week, so I want to clear a couple of things up and answer a few of the questions that came through. Starting with, yes, I am Green Irene, or I'm also known as Green Irene. That it's a name that came from my early days when I was working inside of the cannabis community and then the industry as it evolved. I spent about 10 years focused on cannabis as a herbal remedy, and I've written books, a few of them, around helping you help you with different symptoms like fighting fibro, attacking arthritis, combating chronic pain, and yeah, beating beastly bowels. But like my grandfather used to say, the more you learn there is to learn. And, it's because of that that I never settled on cannabis being a cure all. There's a lot more to healing than one tool. And that's what this series is about. It's a combination of things, right? So, that said, back to the email. Julie asked about IBS. Her therapist said hypnosis could help. A few of her friends said cannabis was the answer. And her husband said, ask Green Irene. So here we are. Yes, Julie, both can help, most definitely. But it's important that you understand how to use them properly. First, not all cannabis is equal. In fact, different strains, different cannabinoid profiles, very different effects. Most people are only familiar with, because it's all you hear about, is THC and CBD. But those are just two of hundreds of cannabinoids in the plant. So, from experience, saving you a big long lecture here, from experience, CBG and CBC are the two that you really want to pay attention to because CBG helps to regulate inflammation and gut function, whereas CBC helps with pain, mood, and inflammation without the heavy psychoactive effects. That said, next time you're at the dispensary, don't just ask about the THC or CBD. Actually ask, do you have anything with CBG or CBC? Because I can guarantee you are now having a much better, more informative conversation with your bud tender. Second, how you use cannabis really matters. Most people are familiar with smoking it, right? Because that's the popular way. But that's actually the least medicinal way that you can utilize this plant. You're burning off the cannabinoids, or over half the cannabinoids, and you're inhaling tar. Your body ends up working harder, not smarter. So some better options are a dry herb vaporizing system like the Volcano, where you control the temperature. You preserve the cannabinoids in some sort of containment. With the Volcano, it's in a balloon, and you use less product. That being said, edibles, especially for microdosing with really bad IBS flare-ups, is very, very powerful because when you eat cannabis, your body actually converts the THC into a stronger form. It known as 11-hydroxy tetrahydrocannabinol. Haha, that was a mouthful. It takes longer to kick in, but it lasts much longer as well. So this can be really helpful for IBS sufferers. Just remember, when you start eating, start low and go slow. Now, on to the big thing that isn't so glamorous, but very effective: suppositories. They target the area directly. There's less of a head high, and for some people, this is a complete game changer for them when using cannabis. They have just, they make their own and they're thrilled by the results. So this part matters just as much. IBS isn't only physical. There's a strong brain-gut connection. Things like stress, tension, and and different emotional patterns. These all show up in the body. So working with a hypnotist can help relax the system. It can reduce gut tension and retrain your body how to respond so that you're not just managing the symptoms, but you're actually changing the pattern. Self-hypnosis is very effective. You can start that right away. Simple things like guided tracks, breathing, bringing awareness into your gut and what's happening there, imagining positive things happening there. Even just a few minutes a day of this practice can actually shift how your system responds, because your brain is always learning and it's always adapting. Every time you practice, you're creating a new pattern. So Julie, and anyone else out there that's dealing with IBS, this isn't about one solution. It's about understanding the tools that you can use and using them properly. Cannabis can help, most definitely. Hypnosis can help. But the real shift is going to happen when you understand what's happening and start working with your body instead of fighting it. Because once you see it clearly, you use things differently. And that's where the change begins. If this helped, stick around, hit that subscribe button, because here, info isn't just information. Info is power. See you soon.